Hello, this is South Carolina Artist. So you've joined an arts group and you don't know what to do. What's the next thing you should do? You should read your welcome letter. Your welcome letter actually gives you all the information you need in order to get started, but that's okay. If you're not sure, you can just send us an email. Now, the next step is, what do you actually do? So we have a wonderful call to artist page, and the call to artist page has all of our available locations, dates, and times. And this will help you organize things a little bit better for your own art. You may already be a professional painter. However, you've joined a group who manages locations. And when I say manages locations, all of our locations actually sign a contract with us, which is pretty cool. By signing a contract, that entrusts that they will only exhibit our work, and therefore we're able to do the mentoring that we need to do in order to teach professional ethics. What are professional ethics? Professional ethics are guidelines, simple guidelines to exhibiting your art, such as tagging your art, being available when people call to buy your art, which is wonderful. At no point in time should we ever contact the location. We really just shouldn't. This makes us look bad. And we don't want to look bad. We want to look good, right? Of course we do. And by looking professional, we are professional. So when I say looking professional, I don't mean just having beautiful art. I also mean making sure that your art is painted on the sides if there's staples or if there's paint scuffs, framed, wired in the back, and tagged. Let's get down to tags. So we have tags. And our tags, you put the title of the piece, you put your name as an artist, and you put your phone number. Or you could put Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, any of those codes if you feel like you may be unavailable to take a phone call. It is important that we are available to take calls, and if we're not available, the additional Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, the different online things, the little helpers, registers, where people can actually go to these locations or go to these locations online and they can pay for your art. Texting is very important. So if you have your phone number on your tag, then they can text you in order to get a secure payment. Period. So securing a payment is very important, and we want to be available for that. So let's get back to professionalism. Professionalism is how we carry ourselves and how we treat others. But primarily with our group, it's whether or not we contact the location to secure a payment. This is a big no-no. And I say no because no, don't do it. If you are confused over whether or not you have a payment, or if you feel like they are holding a payment for you, contact us. We are the intermediary. We have secured the location. We are the contact people for the location. You are never to contact them and ask them about those things, because we are the ones who manage that. We manage the location. And that way the business can go on and managing their business, and they don't have to worry about the art. After all, if you wanted them to manage your art, then you would go and join that business and pay them a fee every time. Does that sound good? Maybe not. Let's continue. At each of our locations, we actually have rotation directors. The rotations directors are in charge of that location, meaning that they are the contact person. If you have a problem with your time of installation or rotation, then you need to contact your rotation director. Our rotation information is always listed every month and updated every month on our rotations page. This is all in your welcome packet. I digress. So the point is that if you have any issues, you should always contact your rotation director. Their information can be found on both the call to artist page and the rotations page, and their phone numbers are listed. So we always advise that you text them or call them if you have any issues. No sawtooth hangers. Seriously, they are ugly. They don't hang right on any of the hanger systems that we have. A lot of our locations will actually install a wire hanging system, and those wire hanging systems have specific hooks. The sawtooth it's a sawtooth, and so they go and they hang everything. It just looks terrible. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but say no to sawtooth hangers and actually look at one of our videos about how to install D-rings. They're quick, they're easy, they're very professional, and they look nice. And keep in mind on your tags, you want to make sure that they don't look messy. Do not write in cursive. Try to print everything in handwriting, print, and make sure it looks nice and neat. Separate each letter. Try not to smear your letters together. If you want to, you can actually take the cards that we have, the tags that we have listed on the Call to Artist page, and you can put those in a print. You can actually take those and make them a document, and you can type that information on there, which is clean and nice, and people can tell exactly what they're looking at, which is just another good little bit of advice. We do not display or exhibit hard, nude graphics, overtly political, religious art, or anything that appears graphic or violent. We do not do that. We just don't. We exhibit at so many locations, such as the county buildings and businesses that are open to the public. So the last thing we want to do is just really make anybody feel uncomfortable about art, because when we make people feel uncomfortable about art, it kind of really sets the tone for, oh, maybe I don't want to work with that group, or oh, maybe I don't want to really look at that art anymore. So keep it together. There's so many things in this world that you can paint, you can create, that are not violent, that are not horror, that are not graphic, that are not nude, that still maintain the artist creating or maintaining the information on history. The point is we try to make everything very nice and simple and easy. Simple and easy that you can actually go through and look at our guidelines online. If you're ever not sure and confused by them, you can definitely contact myself or any one of our rotation directors. We know what's going on, and we are here to help you, but also we are not going to put up with people who don't show up to rotations, who go and harass the locations. It's just not right. It's unprofessional. It gives us a bad reputation, and it gives you a bad reputation. So if anything, just have fun with it. And by have fun, I mean with your art. Make sure that your art is prepared and ready to exhibit. Make sure that you have it mounted and wired. Make sure that your tags look nice and clean. Make sure that if it's not framed, that you have the sides painted on a painting, that it is hangable art. Make sure that the subject is not something that would really freak people out. It's really funny because as a painter, one time I did a painting of a woman laying her head down on a person's lap, and I didn't realize how it looked. And so after putting it up and exhibiting it, I didn't realize that people thought it looked like something else. So it's one of those oopsies. So painting over paintings that look like that is okay. It's okay. Now, we do understand that life changes pretty fast and that there are always issues, and sometimes you have to go out of town on emergency, or something could happen, somebody needs your help, and you're not able to make it. So the key to not being able to show up to an installation is contact your rotation director. Have I already said this in this video? I have. So contact your rotation directors if you feel like there's anything that might prohibit you from showing up to your rotation. And the reason why we stress that so much is because when we have rotations, all of the art is removed. So the previous exhibitors have removed their art to make way for the new art. So when you are bringing in you're assigned to bring in your new art, we are counting on you to fill those spaces, because we do not allow empty spaces. Empty spaces means that we're not doing our job, meaning that we are not showing our art. The whole point of joining this community is to show your art. So when you don't show up, It really looks bad. And then we have to scramble and run around and find more of our art. Mostly the rotation director has to go and find more art or call people to bring art. And that means that the employees who are staying late after closing have to wait. It delays their time in leaving. And most of our rotations are actually scheduled when the business is closed. Sometimes the business is open. So when the business is open, I know it's a fun activity for all of us to get together, but if we could try to maybe keep it down a bit. Keep it down a bit. Keep it down a bit. What? Can you tell I had a background in musical theater? I loved it. I digress. So the bottom line is just make sure that you're keeping up with your rotations by looking at the rotation page. Make sure that you're signing up by going to the Call to Artists page. On the Call to Artists page is where you can renew your yearly membership. You can print out tags, and you can look to see what the setup is for the location. And also the addresses are on the location. So when I say addresses, I mean you can physically go to these locations and check out the installation. We also have an activities page. Did you know that? We have so many activities going on pretty much every month. So on the first Friday of every month, we have lunch. We have lunch, and we've actually incorporated a few tours, and some of our tours are at our locations. Being able to tour our locations is always a fun activity. You can go on your own, and some people do, and that's fine. You should. You should always go and look at the location and see if that's a place that you feel like your art would fit. Now keep in mind that we exhibit in public places. I know I've said this, and I know you understand this, but do you understand this? These are public places that people, regular everyday people, go to. And sometimes wonderful art collectors will go as well. And so on occasion, those art collectors will come in, they'll have lunch, or they'll shop at that local business, and they will see the local art that is there, and they are amazed. When they are amazed and blown over by the talent, by your talent, which is wonderful. You get to show your talent. So they are blown away by your talent, and therefore they want to purchase your art. Now we go full circle back to sales. So let's talk about sales. So do you have the ability to take a credit card over the phone? Do you talk to people over the phone about your art? Can you just send everything, tell them to just send everything via mail? So these are things that we're going to talk about on Sunday. We're going to talk about sales. We're going to talk about payments. Did you know that there are, and I said this before in this very video, that you can actually take sales without being there and without talking to them? But should you? Should you? You should be able to talk to your customers. You should be able to build up a collector's list. It's very important. I know it can feel hard and it can be frustrating because you're excited because somebody's calling you about your art. 2, you're not sure, is this a scam? 3, you're go back to excited but nervous and you get tongue-tied. So what should you do? So if you go to our South Carolina artist members pages and you go to our newsletter or our activities page, you will see a form where you can sign up to join our workshop on Sunday. It's Sunday. So you need to go ahead and sign up for it, and you will receive an actual code because we're not doing this on Facebook Messenger. This is an actual workshop, and you will receive a code, and that code will get you into this online virtual workshop where we will not only learn, but we will discuss how to take sales. How to take sales. I hope that you have been able to follow this video and that you can use it as a learning tool. Just keep in mind that also on our newsletter page is our phone book. Members' phone book is there. So if there's any of the members that you want to get in touch with, you can simply scroll right on down and see the phone number and see the artist. And if you're not sure about when your renewal date is, it's always on there. It's on the members' phone book, which is a great, great tool. So use the tools that we have given you. And if you have any questions, email and sign up for Sunday's workshop. Have a good day.